Today's cup of coffee.
The cup of coffee.
Youngest kid, I think, has shared his disease with me. He's like, we got it at the same time, when that very well could be.
Yeah, we usually go the same places at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. It's like my temperature is 97.
See, I thought that was
lower.
normal. I thought it was
No.
like 97 to 98 was normal range.
Usually 98.6 is what they say is average. For those of us with thyroid, whatever, there's some people that theirs runs in the 97 range, but 97.0 is a little low. I've had it get into the 96 range before, and that's when I get that sort of corpse temperature to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's disturbing.
Yeah,
So,
that's what the dunk your ass in a hot tub.
yeah. And speaking of disturbing, this today is disturbing. We have disturbing images. Some of the descriptions are disturbing. So this is your warning.
Lizard dude.
Warning. Will Robinson warning. This is indeed a what the fuck file.
Yeah. Well, sort. Yeah.
And it's just a why.
I mean, if he.
Why?
I got my answers. I got my theories.
Well, we're going to explore some of these theories and possibilities and stuff. And this comes from Daily Mail and is by Miriam Kuepper. October the 17th of 2023.
Kuepper.
And a heavily tattooed man dubbed the Human Satan, which is actually Satan, which means that he's an accuser of the brethren, who is addicted to body modification, has 3 fingers removed from his hands. Well, of course, they're from his hands, or it'd be toes.
Yeah, and those.
And
those
he's
toes,
trying to
turn
his hands into
toe
claws.
Feet fingers.
In today's world,
feet fingers.
In today's world,
feet fingers.
In today's world,
feet fingers.
Oh, God, that's happening.
Come over here and bring those feet fingers over here. That's disturbing.
Michael Diablo Prado, 49, from Praia Grande coast near Sao Paulo in Brazil, had the little and ring finger of his right hand as well as the ring finger of his left hand amputated.
See, other dude that I saw, I thought he just had like pinky removed.
Yeah.
This is different dude.
Yeah.
That doing lizard look.
And it says the body modification addict shared the shocking photographs of his recent amputation on his right hand on social media, because of course he did, after having his first ring finger cut off 2 years ago. And I do have pictures, so I'll show those here in just a minute. Prado told his fans how he had hesitated before going ahead with the procedure because he was worried it could ruin his work as a tattoo artist. Because, we have fingers and toes for reasons. The little phalanges.
But doctors, if you give them enough money, they'll cut anything off.
Oh, hell yeah. In today's world, they sure as shit will. They will cut any damn thing off. And so Prado had said, quote, "At first it was very difficult, but it didn't take long to get back to tattooing almost normally. Sometimes I have pain and a phantom sensation, which still leaves me confused when working or doing other things. I really wanted to change myself, and I was very satisfied," end quote.
I mean, he does look inhuman, but does he act like literal Satan? Or is he just a relatively good guy that just looks weird?
It says that the 49-year-old Brazilian...
in some photos, he actually looks kind of cool. Like, it does work in a way. But it's freaky as fuck.
The 49-year-old Brazilian ink addict is among the most altered human beings on the planet. And he currently holds the Guinness World Record as the person with the most subdermal horn implants on his head, showing 33 implants that drastically changed his appearance. Now, if he has to ever have an MRI or anything like that, that's going to be some shit.
Yeah. I mean, those are going to have to be took out.
Yeah. People don't think of these things. They really don't think ahead on some of these things. It says
I don't think they don't think ahead necessarily. I think they think that it wouldn't happen to them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That magical thinking. And it says that he's had countless surgeries and inkings to make himself look less human. Well, mission accomplished.
You had your nose cut off, dude. That's enough to make you look inhuman.
He estimates that he's had more than 60 procedures and around 85% of his body is covered in ink. Now Prado plans to turn his left hand into a claw too, according to local media. He said that the project, previously called La Garra, or the claw, would now be known as Las Garras, or the claws, and not the sandy ones.
There's another dude that was getting this shit done.
And Prado,
there's 2 lizard people out there.
Prado added, quote, I have 3 loves: my work, my weight training, and body modification. I was taking care of the first 2 and leaving my transformation aside, end quote. Do you want him?
I was like, not your wife?
Exactly. That's what I thought. Now notice this. His work, his weight training, and body modification. So you got to wonder, it's like a little self-absorbed maybe?
Yeah.
So that makes you think there. And he shared various videos of his thousands of followers on social media, with some even showing him dangling from the ceiling by rings attached to the skin of his back, which is a suspension thing. And that is done sometimes as far as a spiritual practice.
He ain't doing that for spiritual.
He ain't doing that for spiritual practice, I don't think.
No, there's a lot of people that actually do that shit not for spiritual reasons.
But originally that's what it was for. It was a matter of overcoming the pain, getting into that realm of spirit by overcoming the pain. I looked into doing suspension years ago. Yeah. And it's like, no, there's other ways that you can do that. It said that he, after he received the Guinness World Record entry earlier this year, he said his dream has come true. The Brazilian, who beat another hopeful who had 18 horn implants, traveled to Milan, Italy in February for the record to be verified on a TV program there that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Speaking to Brazilian media about the experience, he said, quote, "It was something very special and surreal. A dream come true to enter Guinness and also go to Europe. At several moments, I was emotional with tears in my eyes as I went over my life. I think as I wept over my life, I could see that being better. That would have been me. That was me. Oh, hell, what have I done?" Anyhow, as he went over his life, an experience that I will cherish forever in my heart and memory, end quote. Prior to winning the world record, Prado told the Brazilian media, quote, "This is the TV program, not the book, but it can open doors. Being there means the realization of my project. I didn't just imagine it like many people. I actually made it happen," end quote. I think that surgeons and scalpels helped make that happen.
Yeah, and a lot of money.
The tattoo artist has been practicing his trade for over 25 years, but has gone one step further to undergo several procedures and completely transform his aesthetic. Last year, Prado underwent surgery to remove both his ring finger on his left hand and implant a set of silver tusks in his mouth. And that was roughly 790 pounds.
Tusks?
Tusks.
How are those functional?
And,
how do you work those?
I don't know. He also claimed that he was the 3rd person in the world to have the end of his nose removed. That's not the end. That's the whole damn thing he had removed.
Well, it's about half. What does he do for a living?
He's a tattoo artist.
Okay.
He's a tattoo artist.
So then he can kind of get by with
this. Sort of, kind of. And it's a sideshow. There's a sideshow waiting for him if he ever fails as a tattoo artist. After the nose removal, it says that the procedure is highly dangerous and for which the long-term health risks are unknown. I just hope he does not look up during a severe rainstorm.
Oh, it's going to go straight.
He'd be like the turkeys.
Straight in there. That's kind of funny, though. Does he wear an umbrella over it? Does he put like a little tiny mini ear cover over it? Since he doesn't got ears, he's got half a nose. Right. You could just glue that on.
See,
you can put a Band-Aid over that.
He also has 4 horns on either side of his head and several implants under the skin of his forehead. Prado had his ears, nose, nipples, and the ring finger of his left hand removed, and more than 80% of the body has been inked, including his eyeballs. He even ate one of his amputated nipples. And that's what I was asking Kid. Is that a form of cannibalism?
That's fucked up. Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
That means he's obviously. There's a lot of things.
That's
not normal person behavior.
No. It says, but Prado has no plans to stop. Some of that means the intervention is necessary, and hopes to compete for the title of the world's most modified man. He is married to his partner of more than 10 years, Carol Prado, who is dubbed Muller Demonia, or Demon Woman, and is also extremely modified. I have a picture here in a minute. His wife specializes in body modification and has also helped him achieve his unique look. Prado said, quote, I have been a tattoo artist for 25 years. That's about the 4th time they've said that. And most of my tattoos I get from tattoo artists and professionals who I have paid. Now, you know that there's an inmate someplace in cell block D that does a little bit of work on him on the side. You know that.
We don't know that.
Shit. I've seen gel ink that looked a hell of a lot better than what this dude has got.
I can tell what he had on his body.
There's a lot of really good artists that just made some bad choices. And it says that I focus on black work and brutal tattoos, which are types of tattoos where you ink a large part of your body. Now, a brutal tattoo is that girl that had the really poorly done huge Honda symbol on her neck that time, on the back of her neck. That was brutal.
The car logo tramp stamp. Yeah. That's a brutal tattoo. That's
Honda. My God.
Of all the cars,
years, and
why would you want to be a Honda?
That's emblazoned into my brain. And he says, but my wife has specialized...
Branded with a Honda symbol. In
the area of modifications, and the idea is for me to become her masterpiece when it comes to tattooing, end quote. Prado claims to have a high pain tolerance and doesn't mind enduring more pain to achieve the body he desires. He said, quote, actually,
motherfucker, you put to sleep during most of these surgeries.
Yeah. He said, actually, I have a good resistance to pain. I don't think anything is so painful. I suffer a lot more in the post-procedures than at the time.
Depression's painful.
And the truth is that there are changes that without anesthesia would be almost impossible to be done. And I would love not to feel any pain. This statement makes absolutely no sense. So then you just
contradicted yourself.
But if I have to feel pain to achieve what I want, I for sure I will face it, end quote. That whole thing made absolutely no sense. So here is human Satan. Oh, my God.
There's one thing about microblading. The microblading is one thing. That's where you get your eyebrows tattooed on.
Okay.
Make them look fuller. Getting makeup tattooed on. Getting lips injected. Whatever else. That's completely different than this.
This is just... God bless him. This is
extreme body modification.
This one looks like...
Beyond measure.
He looks like a horned potato. He really does in this one picture right here. That is a potato.
That's the thing. He's not even an attractive demon.
And
he's
it's
made
like,
himself completely unattractive.
it's what is it that he hated so much about being human? And that's this picture here is when he had first had the ears removed, apparently, because he still has the sutures and stuff. And I don't understand as far as the designs that's in the blackout tattoo that looks like he's scarred. And I think that somebody had actually, I had read in one of the articles that he did do some kind of scarification stuff with like hot iron, curling iron. Of course it was hot. This man is, somebody needs to do a wellness check on dude, honestly.
Somebody needs to do a wellness
And
check on you,
this
Hatchet.
is him and his wife. What?
I don't know now. I don't know. It's all good.
Oh, you're over there and I'm over here. And it's like, she got her eyeballs tattooed. He all messed up. Now, if he ever has to go to court, he's screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way to make him look court presentable at this point.
This is a picture of what this man once looked like. He's not a bad looking guy. He's just an average looking guy. And then this is the recent as far as the amputation of fingers for no reason. Now there's a problem there.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is it a matter of attention seeking that he wasn't happy simply being average guy? What's wrong with being average guy? You know, we've got all this media pressure and bullshit where people are doing harmful things because they want to look according to how the reptilians tell us that we're supposed to look, and that if we don't look that way, we're not acceptable. Bullshit. Push back on it. And there is, as far as people being pushing back on it, but you got to have some common sense. Mm-hmm. Isn't it better to be a good person? Worry about what's on the inside more than what's on the outside. But dude has got some, yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I've seen it done better.
It's interesting in the same way that anybody, what?
That's the thing. His modifications aren't even good. I've seen them done on other people and done better.
He on this one where he's got so much metal or whatever the hell it is on his under his head. This one, he honest to God, he looks like a horned potato.
Maybe that's the look he's going for. I don't know. But I don't know. As long as they're good people, they can do whatever the fuck they want at the end of the day.
Of course they can. Of course they can. But now, being able to bob and weave in society, and it's like, you know, personally, I do not want to draw attention to myself. Purposefully. Especially when we got all this surveillance bullshit coming in and stuff like that. No, there are times that you really do want to be able to blend into the crowd.
Yeah, that is true.
Just to be a nameless face. This man has totally removed that option for himself forever.
Unless he took the hood, like the horns out, wore a hoodie and a mask.
Like I said, even then, I mean, he's got these things in the front of his head. He has no ears. He has no nose. It's just...
I mean, there's people that have lost their noses due to medical stuff.
That is true, and that is remarkably sad. And we watched that one thing where this gentleman had to have his nose removed. I think it was due to cancer.
Yes, and he got a really good prosthetic.
He did, and the embarrassment that man had, just going out in public or anything like that, he couldn't.
I just don't see how anyone would want to modify themselves to that extreme.
Right.
So it just doesn't make sense to me. Other like I said, lip injections, microblading, a little bit of cheek filler. That's, that's normal. That's acceptable. Botox, all that shit, that's acceptable. What this man is doing, I'm not going to say that it's unacceptable, but it's certainly out of the norm, and he cannot integrate into society like a normal person.
No.
And I get it, that's what he wanted, but at the same time, it does make you this giant waving red flag.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, this is the thing. When people do things that are that out of the ordinary and stuff, normies are going to look.
Yeah.
And they are going to stare. And they are going to have an opinion. He may be a wonderful human being. Whatever. I don't know. He got a little bit of cannibalism apparently going on. But it's just, no. There's something not right somewhere with this.
I mean, I think it's more so, like, I don't know what it is, because it's like when he said that he's got 3 loves and he didn't mention his wife, that automatically said a lot about him as a person.
I wonder how she felt about that statement.
I bet you she felt a little slighted or something.
I would think so. And it seems very hedonistic. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Mm-hmm. Which is one of the reasons that we're covering this. He wanted the attention. Here you go. We're looking at you. But we're also sort of sitting there going, why do you do what you do?
I don't think this truly makes him happy. I think he's going to regret it in the future.
I think so.
I think he's going to be like, damn, why didn't I do something that actually made me happy rather than doing this that got me attention?
Right. There is a difference. There is a big difference. And I think that a lot of these people, online people that have got all this TikTok fame and internet fame and all that stuff, I think they find that out because sometimes you get unwanted attention. I mean that's where people end up with stalkers and all this bunch of bullshit because they didn't think ahead. And it's like, I've got this picture here and just nice looking guy. He was a nice looking guy. And to go from that to cutting off body parts, to be a human Satan, is that really how you want the world to remember you? Wouldn't it be better to have somebody that didn't remember your face or even know your name that said, you know what, I went to Walmart one day and somebody was kind to me? Isn't that something that should be one of the goals?
Yeah. Should be.
But that's just me.
But that's not everybody's goal.
Maybe I'm the weirdo. Maybe it's me.
You're just one person out of how many people? We're just 2 people.
Absolutely.
Out of millions that have other opinions that are completely differing than us.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that is something, if somebody wants to be remembered for acts of kindness.
Yeah.
To get rid of the ego. It doesn't matter who does the good thing as long as the good thing gets done. But to be that change that you want to see in the world.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that kind of tells me like he's not actually that good of a person just with those 3 things that he named off. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so you're sort of like this. All right, so you ain't that good of a person then. Okay.
Oh, it's all about him.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If it's all self-centered, ain't that good.
No.
Like I said, there is one thing to doing shit like this that actually makes you genuinely happy, and then doing it out of spite and attention.
But you got to wonder, when this man, at the end of his life, is he going to lay there as he's drawing his last breaths, going, I wish I had one more body modification, or is he going to sit there and go, wow, the people that I could have made their lives a little bit better?
We don't know.
We don't know. And it's like, what is important to an individual. So this was, like I said, for me, this was a what the fuck file, and it's deeper than skin level.
It's subdermal.
It is subdermal. See, I left the door open for you. Final thoughts on this one, kid.
I mean, like I said, I've seen this done before, and I've seen it done better. He's got bad work done.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the horned potato. God
like I
love
said,
him.
I've seen it done, and I've seen it done better.
I hope he finds
other people.
peace in his soul somewhere.
Huh?
I hope at some point he finds peace in his soul.
No, that's his journey.
Yeah. I can hope that for him.
Yeah.
I really can. So, if you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, what the fuck files, you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And the email address will be there in the description box, as will the link to the article, so that you can more closely examine the pictures here.
Yeah. Feel free to pause at any moment.
Yeah.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all. Have a good.
Know that you're loved.
Yes.
That you have purpose.
Mm-hmm. Everybody has purpose.
They do have purpose. They truly do. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.